guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're on the pay to win account, and one question a lot of players ask is, who do we build first? So when you're looking at your heroes, ultimately, who do you build first? Who is the priority? In addition, when it comes to furniture, furniture is one of the most important things that we look at, who to build first. Looking at the 3-piece, looking at the 9-piece, this is where we rely on our guides. So some of the best guides in AFK Arena, we have White Sushi, we have Artie and Alplex. We have a lot of content creators and community supporters that come out with some amazing guides, and that is exactly what we're going to be covering today. We're going to be covering the guide from Artie and Alplex. So this is the actual guide, absolutely visually stunning. So I love how they broke it down. As you can see, we have the meta heroes, strong heroes, average heroes, niche heroes, then weak heroes. So the one thing you really want to pay attention in here is when you're building your tier list, when you're building up heroes, when you're looking at furniture, the meta heroes are the biggest priority. So essentially, once you go in, you open up the Oak Inn or the Whale Inn. When you look at heroes like the twins, when you look at Talene, in here we have Iran, we have Tassie, very, very strong. Focusing, my first focus looking at this would be the top tier. So making sure the 3 of 9 or the 9 of 9 are top tier heroes that you're looking to build. Because ultimately, looking again at this guide, heroes like Alna might be very, very far down the priority list to being the strong or the top tier hero. If you're not actively building the hero, again, it kind of takes a back seat. So essentially, when you're going through, you're doing your stargazing, you're building up your twins, all the way to Mythic to get the signature item. We know the furniture is very, very good. If you're not planning to take the twins essentially up to Ascended, go ahead and keep them out of the list to go ahead and pick up furniture, because ultimately you're not going to ascend them right now. Where after that choice, you might choose Lucretia or you might choose a Talene to build. So depending again on your priority, this is what the guides are for, and this is what the in-depth visual guide to furniture priority is. Ultimately, looking at a hero like Lucretia, very, very strong. Ain's 9 of 9 is top tier. We know Alna's 9 of 9 is top tier. We have Thorin here, which is strong at his 9 of 9. Which Mahira I thought was a little bit different, but overall, it seems like 9 of 9 is good, 3 of 9 is strong. Again, I would really prioritize top tier, then look at strong, then look at good. So making sure that we're popping top tier heroes in there first. So here we do have Grez. Grez is mainly used in the Twisted Realm. Absolutely phenomenal with the shield value. 9 of 9 goes to the skeletal minions, which makes them super, super powerful. Ain's 9 of 9 is very good with the slower set, just because he is an energy battle, but he also does rely on the crowd control aspect to keep everyone grouped together. Looking at some of the weaker heroes, we have Rowan. Rowan's furniture is very weak. Ultimately, it gives you a heal over time, but the heal over time is very, very small, meaning it's not going to be very efficient to build him 3 of 9 or even 9 of 9, which is funny because, as we know, he is one of these best support classes in the game. Next to Talene, they kind of hand in hand, but Rowan is a lot easier to build. So looking over here, Damon, top tier, 3 of 9. We have Leica, which is good, 3 of 9, 9 of 9, top tier. She is a priority. She doubles her attacks, which ultimately doubles the debuffs, which makes her super, super powerful at 9 of 9. Then, of course, we have Isolde, 3 of 9, which is top tier. So again, guys, these are the meta heroes. I'm going to put a link to the description below because this is multiple pages. It is a massive guide that breaks down every single hero and every single faction. We are just focusing on the first page and what you could look at. So essentially looking in here, I would go ahead and build my furniture list. We would want at least 1 or 2 of our Celestial and Hypogean heroes in there. So dropping in probably a Talene or a Lucretia, or dropping in Aziz and Talene, kind of a combination of the two. You can always drop Grez in there. Absolutely drop Ain's in there, guys. Ain's is a huge priority. You can put Iran in there. You can put Tassie in there, as well as Isolde and Damon to really round up a really solid 8 hero grouping, essentially, that you're going to build first. And again, these are the meta heroes. These are the heroes that players focus on building team comps around because they are very, very strong. So essentially, once I get Daemon to 3 of 9 within the Oak Inn, I can drop him out to place another top tier hero in there or another strong hero in there to replace him once we get to that. Again, prioritizing the builds overall. So as we look down at our strong heroes, we have a couple top tier in here. Orthos top tier, Zul'Rath top tier, with the addition of both of them being in the store right now that you can actually buy them with challenger tokens. Very, very good to pick up. I prioritize Zul'Rath because of his absolutely incredible 3 of 9, especially when it comes to PvP. But then we look at Khazard, we look at other heroes like Arthur and Athalia. Arthur's good, strong for Khazard. Again, 3 of 9 for Khazard, really strong. 9 of 9, really not very good. But then you look at some of the other heroes that we want to prioritize, like Oden. Since they've done the rework to Oden, top tier 3 of 9. So you could even put him in your initial list when you're going to look for heroes. There are a couple other top tier in here, including Silas. Silas is fantastic damage, speed buff on enemies. Plus he has the immunity, which is good. Definitely a top tier hero. Again, when you look at the strong heroes, when you look at the Celestials and Hypogeans, if you're starting to get into that Oak Inn, make sure you're prioritizing a majority of your heroes are the regular class heroes because you're bound to get them a lot faster than you will building up your Celestials and Hypogeans up to Ascended. Because remember, they do have to be Ascended when it comes to ultimately getting the furniture. Some of the heroes in here, like Nara, I think her 3 of 9 is really good, maybe even strong just because of the crowd control aspect. Lorzen overall doesn't need any furniture. Same with Ezio, again, doesn't need any furniture. But then you look at heroes like Pharrell. Pharrell's 3 of 9 is very, very good. 9 of 9 is a priority for him because of the ability they added. So when they reworked Pharrell, it actually does a fear aspect of it, which again, you really want to focus on building. So looking at the strong heroes, if I'm dropping in heroes like Zul'Rath or Orthos, again, really limiting the Celestials and Hypogean heroes, dimensionals that you're putting in here. Prioritize heroes with, such as Pharrell, that you're going to build actually to 9 of 9. So they're going to be in the wish list for a considerable amount of time to allow them to be at their top tier and really performing very, very well. Next here we look at is our average heroes. Again, we do have a couple top tiers in here as well. Mainly Scrag. Scrag is an absolutely powerful tank when it comes to getting his 3-piece bonus and his 9-piece bonus because of the energy, the attack buff that he does, the damage reduction he does is absolutely necessity if you're running him in a bunch of different combinations. Also with the Isabel rework, top tier for 3 of 9, 9 of 9, very strong as well. We have Satrana in here coming in very, very strong with her furniture bonuses. And heroes like Sophia, 3 of 9, very weak, 9 of 9, weak. Essentially, her ability, she'll get a couple more stats out of using her furniture. There is no priority to build her out because her furniture ultimately could use a rework. She does well with her skills and abilities in an ultimate without having the furniture built in there. So go ahead and save your furniture for other heroes. The same can be true with Mortis. Mortis, 3 of 9, 9 of 9, very, very weak. He does not need signature item. He does not need furniture to really perform at all. So again, using this list, really focusing on what heroes that you're going to build that are the top tier or the strong heroes to essentially build your team faster, build them stronger, more efficient. So now we look at the niche heroes. So these are heroes that play a very specific role when it comes to the campaign or when it comes to different aspects of AFK Arena. So ultimately looking at Verk and Entendre, good and strong. Verk is average on his 9 of 9 because of the poison. So there's no stun, no damage boost. It's just the time of the poison. Entendre does get pretty strong when it comes to having her 9 of 9. But again, with her being niche, she dies relatively easy, which is a big downfall. If you can get her to survive, it works pretty well. But again, if she takes damage early, she will die very, very quickly. Estrilda is another one, 3 of 9, very good to have because of the Twisted Realm, AE. Ultimately, building him up to 3 of 9, again, 9 of 9 is not needed. And of course, Strong, which is the shielding aspect that they give to Wukong. Even though he is niche, I haven't found a formation that he really works really, really strong in. But ultimately, 3 of 9, 9 of 9, they're both strong for him. Same with Theowen, 3 of 9 is good, or is strong. 9 of 9 is good. And then we look at our weak heroes. Unfortunately, down here, especially looking at heroes like Drez, 3 of 9, 9 of 9 is strong, but ultimately he's very, very niche. He doesn't do the most damage. The shielding aspect is the big thing with him, which makes him very strong in the Abyssal Expedition because he's further enhanced by getting the relics. But overall, could be a little bit higher than the weak heroes. But then when you look at the heroes that kind of need reworks, we have Baden, not many people use. We have Shamira, Kaisos, Falks, Almas, Lucius, Oscar. Again, the list goes on with pretty much a majority of the heroes that players don't really focus on. They're not meta. They're not in too many guild or too many formations. Ultimately, these are the heroes that fall into the class that can definitely use just a little bit of a rework, maybe some help with their furniture, maybe their signature items, just a couple in there. So looking down here, just a quick Q&A. When should I start building my furniture and what furniture should I build? When starting out, save all your Pokecoins until you got between 3 and 5 heroes to Ascended. Again, my priority is looking at what heroes you're building. So essentially, once you get to this point of unlocking the Oak Inn, you're going to know essentially what heroes you're going to be building, what heroes you're focusing on based on priorities from other tier lists, making sure that you're building the ones that you want. So ultimately, he says wait until you have the Ascended heroes. I even start a little bit earlier just to make sure that I have those heroes built. When should I use my yellow cards? Yellow cards are primarily on dimensional furniture. Lowest drop rate from natural pulls, so technically you can burn all those yellow cards. If you're not using them to just sell them back, make sure you go ahead and use them for the dimensional heroes. That is kind of the priority. Red cards, don't use them on 3 of 9 because remember, the big thing with red cards is the duplicate factor of it. So if you're running 3 of 9, if you essentially want to get a hero to 6 of 9 or 7 of 9 before you burn up those red cards, because the red cards will not give you duplicates, meaning that you're not going to enhance the furniture you have, but you're going to get new furniture that you need. Should I aim for duplicates? 110% agree with AFK Artie on this one. Absolutely not. Duplicate furnitures are a very, very small stat bonus compared to having more heroes at 3 of 9 and 9 of 9. The only time the duplicates really come into play a little bit is when it comes to PvP. Ultimately, don't go for the duplicates. I don't find it worth it. If I'm completely maxed out on furniture, sure. But right now, there's no reason to get those furniture. Why is Rowan in meta if his furniture is weak? As we know, top 3, he is consistently in there. It is just the skills of his furniture. Again, it creates a heal over time, which is very, very minimal for the heal over time, especially because battles do go by so quick. I definitely agree with this. His 3 of 9 could be, it's weak. It doesn't do that much. And essentially, if the hero is healed, it doesn't do anything. There will be no heal over time. So essentially, once they get the potion, they go to 90%. They get a little heal over time. Majority of the time, it's not going to do anything. Not a game changer when it comes to Rowan's furniture overall. So looking at our weak heroes, definitely spot on. The niche heroes, Wukong could be moved up a little bit, but definitely agree with those. In here, definitely agree. Sophia doesn't really need the furniture. Gwen, 3 of 9 does well. Same with Source, just to get a little bit of mitigation, as well as Gorvo. Up here, I know very weak. Lorzen, I don't really use that much. Very weak and average on his furniture. But overall, guys, absolutely amazing guild or guide. It has been a while since we've seen a guide. So essentially, this is for informational purposes only. you can go ahead and make your own decisions when it comes to building up the heroes that you want to in the priority that you want to. But again, big shout out to Artie. I will go ahead and put a link down below for this guide. It is very, very cool to see. Again, this guide is very in-depth. Make sure you click on the link, go ahead and give it a vote up on Reddit, leave some comments in there. And of course, check out the rest of the guide. There is a breakdown of every single faction. So if some heroes are not in here, there is a breakdown of every single faction in more depth to what you should look to build. So guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Again, big shout out to Artie and Alpex for these amazing guides. And as always, thank you guys for watching.